The five important steps when doing Amazon FBA and sourcing retail arbitrage. Number one is mindset. When you're sourcing retail arbitrage, you're going to be moving out to stores. It could be 5 stores in one day. It could be multiple days in a row. You're not always going to find something, particularly at the beginning, and that can be really discouraging. So it's important to remember kind of the overall goal, the why. Like, why are you doing it? And you're learning with every step. Just because you walk out of a store an hour later with nothing doesn't mean you didn't learn from that experience. You know that store a little bit better. You know what products you weren't able to sell. You know, can you actively encourage you to go get ungated in things, or what to avoid. Maybe that store is just not worth going to in the future. Number two is consistency. You really have to make it a habit, right? Going once every 3 weeks, you're actively not going to find much and you're probably going to quit. You really want to go multiple times a week or make it like the same day just so you know it's part of your routine. We used to go 8 hours sometimes straight and go to 10, 15 stores because it's a numbers game at that point. You want to be consistent with scanning. You walk into a store, particularly at the beginning, scan 1,000 things. I guarantee you go to Walmart and you scan every aisle, you're going to find something. And again, if you can't sell it because you're not ungated, at least then you have a target of what brands to look for to get ungated in, and you know where the profit is. The next one is planning and knowing your area. Everyone's unique. Every area is different. You might have a store in an area that I don't have in mind, and vice versa. So if you can target those stores, you might find products that are only accessible to you or a small portion of sellers and not others. And those are going to be obviously a little bit more profitable on Amazon. You also want to plan your trips. One thing is like planning your eating is a big deal. If you're going to do 8 hours of sourcing, you need to eat, you're going to get headaches. Figure out what stores you want to hit at first. Go on Google Maps, draw a line, draw a circle, go store to store to store, but know beforehand what you're going to do. If you want to make stops, it's great, but at least you have a plan going into it. Number 4 is speaking up. When you're at the store, don't be afraid to ask for questions with employees or managers. Some stores are anti-reseller. Target is the obvious one, but most stores are really happy to work with you. Walmart's really happy. Most grocery stores are really happy. What they don't want is they don't want you to take away product from their customers that come in just to grab a few things. So as long as you're not getting in the way of their normal business, they're pretty chill. And for like Walmart, for example, they have managers that are designed just to be in charge of clearance. So let's say that you're going and you see a whole clearance aisle and there's a ton of great stuff, but it's slightly more expensive than you want to pay. It doesn't hurt to ask to speak to the manager in charge of clearance. Potentially can work a bulk deal. Hey, I'll buy everything in this aisle if you take an extra 10, 15% off. Grocery stores, maybe you find a really profitable lead. They really don't want you to clear the shelf. You talk to the manager, hey, I'd love to buy this. Do you have like a pallet? Do you have extra in the back? Can I order directly from you and I'll just pick it up? So there's lots of things that you can do and just talking to people the right way. And then digging through the store. Normal everyday people, not resellers, will actively hide things. Things will be out of place. Things will be on the top shelf, underneath. It's not as organized as as you want it to be. And some of the best finds, the places that like they shouldn't be. So you're in the toy section, meander over to the clothing. You have a couple minutes. You might find a toy and clothing. You might find something underneath. Looking everywhere through the store. A lot of really great finds, retail arbitrage, are the things that have been sitting on the shelves for a long time. The other day, we're making this video in early 2023. I found a toy that's been in the store since 2017, and most likely it was stuck behind something or pushed in the back. And I dug around and we found it, and it's $80, and I paid $10. So it just it takes some looking, but one product like that can make the whole trip worth it. So you kind of follow these 5 things. Again, mindset, consistency, planning your trip, speaking up, and digging through the store. And over time, you'll learn how to be a better sourcer. You'll get more consistent. You'll have a target when you go out, and most days you'll find something that's worth it. And then you can transition that to OA or other areas of your sourcing business.